Central New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Today at noon, we begin with our coverage of the coronavirus and a new travel ban going into effect today in response to growing concern on the new COVID variant, Omicron. The Biden administration restricting travel from 8 African nations. All this as health experts around the world are now racing to gather information about the variant. Here's ABC's Ika Jachi.
Today, President Biden speaking to the American people amid growing global concern over the new Omicron variant of the coronavirus. It comes as his administration institutes a new travel ban for most non-U.S. citizens coming from South Africa and 7 other African nations.
I got on the last flight. I just made it. Otherwise, tomorrow I wouldn't have made it.
The World Health Organization saying the overall global risk is very high due to the variant's mutations. The variant, first detected in southern Africa, was labeled as a variant of concern, which means that there is scientific evidence that the variant is a threat, although there are still many unknowns.
It does appear, again, very preliminary evidence that it is more transmissible. We don't know for sure. We really have no data on severity, whether it's as severe, light, milder, or more significant.
As of now, there are no confirmed cases in the U.S., yet Dr. Anthony Fauci says it's only a matter of time.
It's inevitable that sooner or later it's going to spread widely because it has at least the molecular characteristics of being highly transmissible.
The spread of the new variant comes as COVID-19 hospitalizations are climbing for a 3rd straight week. New York already declaring a state of emergency to boost hospital staffing. As for the rest of the world, confirmed cases of the Omicron variant have been reported in at least a dozen countries, including Scotland, Portugal, and Canada. The UK is also tightening rules on testing for international arrivals. On the vaccine front, Pfizer says it's working to create vaccines specifically for the Omicron variant, and that it would be ready in 100 days. Moderna also says it's also working on a booster. And this morning, Johnson & Johnson says it will evaluate its own vaccine against the Omicron variant. While more information is needed to assess Omicron's total risk, Dr. Anthony Fauci suggests getting boosted now and not waiting for the latest iteration of the vaccine. Ika Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
And here in Rhode Island, some COVID test results are being delayed from state-run sites. State health officials say it's due to an equipment issue at the private laboratory that does the processing. You should get a text or email notification when your results are ready. And starting today, some hospitals in Massachusetts will be required to postpone non-essential procedures. The emergency order announced last week by Governor Baker aims to protect patients and healthcare workers as state hospitals continue to face critical staff shortages and an influx of patients. The Warwick community continues to mourn the passing of Pilgrim High School principal Jerry Habershaw. Habershaw died of a heart attack. According to a statement by his brother on Twitter, he had been fighting COVID at the time. Students and other members of the Pilgrim community gathering last night to honor his memory.
He interacted with us differently. He didn't look down on us. He talked to us not like students, not like kids, but like people.
He made everyone happy. He never let anyone down. If you're like a bad kid, he'll make sure you succeed in life. He'll never give up on you.
Habershaw had recently been at the center of controversy after a video was released showing him and other students unmasked at a school homecoming event. That dance was later linked to a COVID outbreak at the school. And we continue at noon to follow developing news out of Seekonk. We're expected to learn more today about a deadly shootout with police on Route 6 over the weekend. Police were responding to reports of a break-in at a business when they say a man jumped into a car and took off. He then lost control of that car and crashed. That's when police say he pulled out an AK-47 and started shooting at officers. Police returned fire, killing the suspect. That suspect's name has not yet been released. New today at noon, Pawtucket police are asking for your help locating a woman who's been missing since early this month. They're looking for Donna Bennett, who you see here. The 43-year-old was last seen near North Main Street in Providence back on November 10th. If you have any information, you're asked to call Pawtucket Police. Now to an ABC6 News follow-up. The North Kingstown Town Council will meet tonight, deciding whether it should launch an outside investigation into the former high school basketball coach. Aaron Thomas is accused of performing so-called fat checks on players. He resigned earlier this year after a former student alleged his fat checks were performed while he was naked. The meeting was originally supposed to be last week, but it was moved to tonight. Be sure to stay with ABC6 News for continuing coverage of the story. We will have a reporter at that meeting tonight and a full wrap-up for you on ABC6 News 11 at 11. Governor Dan McKee making an announcement this morning in support of local nonprofits. Joined by the president and CEO of the Rhode Island Foundation, Neil Steinberg, they announced that nonprofits on the front lines of the pandemic can apply for $4.5 million in coronavirus relief funding. The individual grants will range from $25,000 to $100,000. The deadline to apply is next Monday. And now to the division-leading Patriots. The New England Pats are on a roll with 6 straight wins. The team beating the Tennessee Titans Sunday 36-13. That puts them in first place in the AFC East with an 8-4 record. Also of note, Baltimore beat the Browns last night, which means the Patriots right now are the number 2 seed overall in the conference. They play Buffalo next Monday in Monday Night Football. And the Pittsburgh Penguins and Fenway Sports Group have officially entered into an agreement to acquire the NHL team. The deal is expected to close before the end of the year. It still needs to be approved by the National Hockey League Board of Governors. Fenway Sports Group owns the Red Sox. Well, it's time now for a check on our forecast. We take a live look outside this afternoon with our sky cam. Lots of sunshine out there, but Chelsea, it is still pretty chilly out there.
It's definitely a chilly day across southern New England, where temperatures are in the upper 30s right now. This time of year, our last few days of November, high temperatures should be making it into the upper 40s. So we're running about 10 degrees cooler than average. On top of that, there's the breeze that's coming in from the north around 10 miles per hour. And that's making us feel more like the low 30s. Mostly cloudy conditions for much of the area, though some of us getting some sunshine popping through. A few little flurries and sprinkles possible at times as we head through the afternoon hours. But overall, what we're looking at is kind of a blend of sun and clouds for the rest of the afternoon and into the evening hours. We'll clear out pretty quickly overnight, and temperatures are going to drop very quickly. We'll be down to the 20s by tomorrow morning. Let you know if we warm up at all in that 7-day forecast and if we have any more chances of any significant snow this week. All the details coming up in just a few minutes. Doreen?
Chelsea, thank you. And caught on camera in Boston, one driver not off to a very good start this week. Look at this. He made a wrong turn and somehow wound up at the top of the stairs at Boston City Hall. This was about 6:30 this morning. Apparently, the driver was trying to make a U-turn when the front wheels of his van went over the steps. Luckily, no one was hurt. Well, coming up on ABC6 News at noon, it is Cyber Monday. Millions of Americans out looking for the best deals online. Why supply chain issues could impact whether those gifts will arrive in time for the holidays. Plus, Jack Dorsey announcing he's stepping down as CEO of Twitter. The reason he says he's giving up that position. And gas prices finally going down, where experts think prices are headed, and how you can find the most affordable gas in your area. Millions of shoppers are hunting for the best deals this Cyber Monday, but supply chain problems may have a bigger impact this year. President Biden is expected to meet with companies to discuss a plan to fix these ongoing issues. ABC's Rena Roy has the story.
It's predicted to be the busiest online shopping day of the year. Americans expected to spend between $10.2 and $11.3 billion.
What big box retailers are doing now is putting a lot of their money into making sure their online events are comparable.
Some of the hottest deals: home items, travel and events, plus some electronics. Many retailers opting for an earlier, gradual, and digital set of holiday discounts rather than doorbuster Black Friday deals. New data showing that Black Friday sales were down both in store and online compared to pre-pandemic levels, with in-store foot traffic reduced 28% compared to 2019.
Because of concerns about health hazards generated by crowds, and just because of supply chain issues that are ongoing this year, retailers were basically trying to spread out holiday sales across the entire autumn. So they were really encouraging people to start buying.
For the first time, online spending on Black Friday and Thanksgiving did not exceed the previous year's levels. Some analysts say it may be due to those earlier discounts and supply chain concerns. The ongoing issues impacting both shoppers and business owners.
How long it takes for stuff to get shipped has really affected me.
Today, President Biden is meeting with CEOs of companies from different sectors to discuss the holiday shopping season and his administration's efforts to address supply chain problems. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And the co-founder and public face of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, is stepping down from his role as CEO today. Dorsey stating that he believes the company is ready to move on from its founders. Twitter's chief technology officer, Parang Agrawal, will be taking over the role. Dorsey will remain a member of the board until at least next year. Still to come here on ABC6 News at noon. Prices at the pump are finally starting to go down. We'll take a look at where experts see those prices headed in the next few weeks. Plus, the White House is all ready for the holidays. We're getting a first look at the holiday display unveiled by First Lady Jill Biden. In consumer news this afternoon, air travel is almost back to pre-pandemic levels, at least on holidays. The Transportation Security Administration screened 2.45 million people Sunday. That is the busiest day since the pandemic began. and 85% of the volume seen on the same day in 2019. It's also double the number of people who passed through airports last year. And gas prices are finally starting to go down. In Providence, prices have dropped 1.8 cents per gallon in the past week. The national average has fallen even more at 3.4 cents per gallon in the last week. Gas Buddy's head of petroleum analysis says we can expect prices to go even lower with the emergence of the new COVID variant. But it is still nearly impossible to predict where oil and gas prices will be beyond the next few weeks. For the lowest gas prices in your area, you can check out the Southern New England Gas Tracker. Just head over to our website, ABC6.com, and click on Gas Tracker. It's right under the Community tab. And Nissan is adding to its lineup of electric cars. The automaker says it plans to spend $17.6 billion over the next 5 years on 20 new battery-powered vehicles. Nissan also wants to develop a cheaper, more powerful battery. The company says 9 of the new cars will run solely on batteries. The others will be gasoline-electric hybrids. Peloton is suing Lululemon over its new line of athletic apparel. The move follows a lawsuit threat from Lululemon earlier this month. At issue are Peloton sports bras and leggings that Lululemon claims are too similar to its own designs. Peloton is arguing that its products are easy to distinguish from Lululemon's and that its designs don't deserve patent protection.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Well, we're seeing mostly cloudy conditions, but some sunshine popping through in some locations. You can see half the screen from the Skycam covered in clouds. The other half, you're seeing some sunshine. Now that sun, unfortunately, not really warming us up much at all as you head out the door into the afternoon hours. Temperatures haven't even made it to 40 degrees. We're currently sitting at 39 in Providence, 37 in Smithfield, 37 in Newport, 39 in Westerly, 40 in New Bedford, a couple of 40s out towards the Cape, some of the warmer locations, but still all of us running below average for the last couple of days of November. The average high is 48 degrees, so most of us are about 10 degrees cooler than that right now. And on top of that, it's a little bit breezy. We have this wind direction from the north-northwest. That's what's keeping us cool today, even with some pops of sunshine. Sustained winds about 5 to up to 15 miles per hour. And we have some gusts coming in 15 to 25 miles per hour, especially highest for coastal locations and out towards the Cape. That wind, even at only about 10 miles per hour, makes us feel almost 10 degrees cooler than the actual temperature. 30 degrees for a feel-like temperature in Smithfield, 32 here in Providence, 28 in Newport, 35 in New Bedford. So these are the temperatures that you're feeling if you're going out for maybe a quick afternoon errand or taking the dog out for a walk. It's when you're outside and you have that gusty wind coming at you that you feel so much cooler than what the actual temperatures are. Now today we top out at about 40 degrees, which is significantly below our average high of 48. We're going to stay cool tomorrow as well, only in the low 40s range. Now on Wednesday, we'll make it into the mid to upper 40s. And then on Thursday, a one warm day on the 7-day forecast will make it into the 50s. That's likely going to come with some scattered rain showers. And as soon as that system clears the area, temperatures are back down into the low to mid 40s for Friday and Saturday. So a short-lived little warm up and even warm conditions this time of year, only in the 50s. Loop over the past 6 hours shows you this cloud coverage that we've seen for most of the area, but you're getting some thinning of the clouds at times. We've also seen a few flurries at times and a few sprinkles at times, and that will continue to be the case, although the majority of the day is staying rain and snow free. There's just a system sitting offshore, and some of that moisture is kind of clipping southern New England. Your futurecast shows you what I'm talking about. We go back and forth with some sun and clouds into the afternoon hours. After the sun sets this evening, those clouds thin out and we're clear tomorrow morning. We wake up with temperatures in the 20s, so it'll be a cold start to the day tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, some passing clouds, a couple flurries or sprinkles possible, especially along the coastline. Overall, the majority of the day tomorrow looks dry. We head through tomorrow night, clear and cold until Wednesday morning. Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds. Wednesday evening, some rain showers, possibly a few little snow showers develop. Thursday, again, some scattered showers with those mild temperatures. And then as we clear out, we cool down. About 40 degrees today. It's a mostly cloudy day. You're getting pops of sun here and there, but I can't rule out a couple little spot sprinkles or a few flurries. With the breeze from the north, we feel even cooler than the actual temperatures. Tonight will be partly clear. It'll stay chilly. Overnight lows dip down to the 20s, so even with a light breeze, we'll feel even cooler. Those wind chills will be down into the low 20s, if not upper teens in some locations, and that's again with just a light breeze. And then tomorrow we're partly sunny. It stays chilly. Breeze starts to come in from the southwest. That'll get us a little bit warmer on Wednesday. Wednesday's a partly sunny day with temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, more seasonable. Overnight, a few showers develop, a few snowflakes possible as well. Thursday looks like scattered rain showers with mild temperatures, and then as we start to clear out, it'll be windy on Friday and will cool down into the weekend with afternoon highs only in the low 40s. Joy?
All right, Chelsea, thanks. So these cooler temperatures mean it's time for the holidays, and the White House is ready. First Lady Jill Biden unveiling this year's holiday theme and decor titled Gifts from the Heart. The display includes 41 Christmas trees, about 6,000 feet of ribbon, 300 candles, and more than 10,000 ornaments, as well as nearly 79,000 holiday lights. More than 100 volunteers from the local area spent a week decorating the inside and outside of the White House. Well, coming up next, a lucky fan gets a truck from The Rock, but this isn't just any truck. And it was a family affair at the box office this Thanksgiving weekend. We'll take a look at the numbers when we come back. Back now with some entertainment news and a surprise gift for a veteran from none other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The superstar's surprise unfolded at a screening of his new film, Red Notice, where Navy veteran Oscar Rodriguez was in attendance. Rodriguez is active at his church, and he makes meals for domestic violence victims, and he is now the owner of The Rock's personal F-150 Raptor. Encanto sang and danced its way to a first-place debut at the box office this weekend. The animated musical made $27 million from Friday to Sunday and $40.3 million in its first 5 days in theaters. It bumped Ghostbusters Afterlife out of the top spot. Adele's 30 is red hot. The singer's fourth album is the fastest-selling album of the year in the U.S. and the UK, and it took just 3 days to become the best-selling album of 2021 in the U.S., according to Billboard. And hundreds of people gathered in Times Square in New York City Sunday, paying tribute to the late composer and lyricist Stephen Sondheim, who died Friday at the age of 91. Among the attendees, Hamilton creator Lin-Manuel Miranda. He gave a moving speech dedicated to Sondheim, and singers Josh Groban and Sarah Bareilles joined in chorus to perform Sunday, the final act in Sondheim's 1984 Pulitzer Award-winning musical, Sunday in the Park with George. Well, still to come, a baby on the board beat this tiny shredding snowboarding sensation in China. And Chelsea has another look at your afternoon forecast, too. We'll be right back. Well, finally this afternoon, an adorable little one in China. This 11-month-old hasn't even mastered walking yet, but check her out snowboarding. Videos of her sliding down the slopes have gone viral. You can see her little face just peeking out under all her snow gear there. Her parents say they'd wanted to teach her how to ski, and they were surprised at how quickly their little girl could stand on the snowboard all on her own. No surprise that so many people are spending time watching her today.
Right? The little kids that can ski and snowboard. I ski, but I'm always a little nervous.
Circles
I know.
around me. Yeah.
I'm a leisure skier. That's what I say. And these little kids come flying by. I'm like, oh, maybe I should try a little.
Makes
better.
you feel really good about your abilities,
Exactly.
right? Yeah. Well, they have no fear.
You're right.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And when we fall, it hurts.
I know, that's
a
true.
little bit
That's
more.
true. They're shorter. They're closer to the ground.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness. Well, we have some chilly temperatures might make you want to get out and do some skiing. No snow yet, though, besides those few flurries we've seen around. We have 50s on Thursday, but it's going to be some scattered rain showers around, and we'll be cooler Friday.
All right. Thanks, Chelsea. And thank you for joining us. We're back.
Yay!
We're here every day here at noon, so don't forget to tune in. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.